Hey ladies and gents, welcome back. This is Agent EO again, and it's time to leave the police station, so make sure you bring your essentials. This time, it's the 3 stones and a big-ass gun loaded with, yeah, you guessed it, acid rounds. So let's just keep moving. And by the way, I stopped for a detour down in the police station because I remember I forgot to, or I didn't have space for those 2 herbs that I found, so I just pretty much went back and got them.
Claire!
Sherry, you're okay.
I'm glad to see you're safe, Claire.
I'm not glad to see you're safe. Now you might wonder, what do you do in a plain old room like this? It's pretty much like the old movies. You press a button somewhere, and presto changeo, we suddenly have a new puzzle to deal with. Not one of the hardest ones, exactly. Oh my, who would have guessed? You know, that chief sure is paranoid for some reason. And if you actually take your time to read this. Yep, this is pretty much dead-on evidence that he's been betraying everyone, pretty much. The police department, stars, himself in a way. And the funny thing is, he's pissed at Umbrella and Birkin to a certain extent, when he, in fact, is part of the problem. But what caused all of this?
Claire!
I'm going down there. Stay here and wait for me, okay?
Blame everyone but yourself, right? Oh, you just know something bad is gonna happen. Ooh, that is one bloodshot eye. The first couple of times when I played this game, when I was, like I said, 10 years old or so, I really didn't want to go in there. I just knew something bad was waiting for me on the other side.
So you've made it this far. Not bad, girl. But I'm not letting anyone leave my town. Everyone's gonna die.
Calm down, Chief. What happened?
Shut up! You couldn't possibly understand what's happened. Those monsters from Umbrella have destroyed my beautiful town. How could they do that to me after everything I've done for them?
So it's true. You have been working with Umbrella. Then you must know about the G-Virus. What is it? Tell me!
If you must know, it's the agent that can turn humans into the ultimate bioweapons. Superior to the T-Virus in every way. Dr. William Birkin is the genius behind the project.
William Birkin.
I'm sure you've already seen his little girl running around here somewhere. Sherry, isn't it? In case you haven't already figured it out, the monster that's been tearing my precinct apart is yet another product of the G-Virus. The ultimate bioweapon. Umbrella must be trying to cover its tracks. But if I have to go, I'm going to take you with me. My tortures! I can't take the pain!
Oh, that can't be good. Just look at that little thing. You know, something that I always found a little bit funny about that scene, if you have the grenade launcher equipped anyway, is that, you know, there's this guy, like, freaking pointing a tiny little gun at Claire, and she has this huge grenade launcher, and, you know, you might wonder who's the one that's supposed to sort of, you know, be intimidated. Sorry, I just have to take a look around. This room is like some kind of experiment / torture room that's kind of sick. Oh, you sick bastard. Also, something that's very interesting that I've sometimes thought about is if Irons knew that Claire was Chris's sister, who knows what he would have done to her? Kind of an interesting thought. Because he was not fond of Redfield. And also, if you've read the books from S.D. Perry, I'm not saying they're canon, you know, but S.D. Perry wrote some pretty good books about the Resident Evil saga. Brian Irons actually thinks that Claire is a spy sent from Umbrella. Which kind of makes sense. Kind of explains why he's been so paranoid about this whole thing. Oh, I just wish these things would get off of me. Isn't that thing cute, by the way? Just love to have that thing on a leash, wouldn't you? I know I would. A lot of people actually wonder what exactly is the name of that creature, and it's simply a G-monster. It's one of the embryos that William implants into someone, and if they are rejected by their host, they escape, and they mutate into something like that. Sorry, I just went into the water because I'm not actually sure how far back you have to go before Claire realizes that you have to go back for Sherry. Because I remember one time when I went back immediately and the cutscene didn't want to trigger. So I'm just gonna do it like this, just to play it safe. I don't want to waste anyone's time, not mine, not yours, so... You know, barring the creepy dungeon / torture chamber, this is kind of a cool place. I can't help but wonder, though, where the hell he put the mayor's daughter's body.
You came back.
I can't believe the
Kind
man who
of
developed
don't
the
want to know,
G-virus is
and yet
actually
still I
my
do.
father.
What's wrong, Claire?
It's nothing. But I think I found a way out of here. We should be able to find someplace safe if we can just make it out of town.
But...
Don't worry, I'll protect you. I promise. But you have to make sure you don't leave my side. Leon, are you still there? We're leaving.
Are you crazy? The streets are still crawling with zombies.
It'll be all right, trust me. We found a way to the sewer. Follow us later.
Claire! Claire! Wait, wait!
Alright, let's go. You know, Sherry Birkin is one of the characters that is going to reappear in Resident Evil 6, which is something that fans have been anticipating since Resident Evil 5, or maybe even Resident Evil 4 probably. You know, when they saw a blonde, they immediately assumed it might be Sherry. In Resident Evil 5, we were tricked by the bird lady. A lot of the fans actually thought it was Sherry, and it turned out to be Jill. Now that we do have her in Resident Evil 6, we can actually hope that she becomes a little more useful than she is in Resident Evil 2. You know, presumably having been trained as a government agent. And just look at that, she's like all chilling, not noticing the ripped up man on the floor, you know, his guts torn out. Anyway, the annoying thing about this part is that you kind of have to run a bit slower, because if you don't, she tends to stop, you know, because she's too tired, then you're sort of forced to go back for her. It's really frustrating.
Come on, let's get out of here.
That thing is slow. I don't know why they're in such a hurry. Like, it didn't even seem to notice them. Just sort of walking, you know, like a couple of floors above them, like just minding its own business.
Sherry, where are you?
And that was William, by the way, her father.
Claire! I'm here!
Oh, lovely. Well, Claire, you did not keep your promise. That girl did not leave your side, and you still didn't manage to protect her. Some babysitting skills, Claire. Alright, now, before we continue playing this short segment as Sherry, I just have to demonstrate something. One of the good things about Sherry is Zombie cannot actually bite her. Look! It can only puke on her, like so. Just sort of like stumbling around there, you know, just because it's just a tiny bit too, like, just because she's a tiny bit too short for the zombie, it can't reach her. It's like hilarious AI. Oh well, let's move on. And this tunnel can be dangerous, by the way, so make sure you run and sort of zigzag while you run, because there's these bugs here, and 1, 2, or even 3 can't do anything. But if 4 attack you at the same time, you're pretty much screwed. See, this is why it's a good idea to save right before fighting the G-monster, just in case. You know, I've always thought that that red thing over there was bullets or something, but it's probably just some kind of Coke bottle that you can't pick up. So, just get this, and... I love the dramatic music.
Claire? Oh. Oh.
Finally, we have our Claire back. Alright. Pretty exciting to be in the sewers after all this time. And those are some blue orbs. You can get them if you want to, but I'm not going to because I'm sure as hell not going to be fighting any spiders. I think there is a first aid spray in one of those lockers, so you can just pretty much ignore that. Unless you're going for all the files. You can get this one. Actually, before I stop off at the item box, I'll go here. Actually, hold on a second. Yeah, you can pretty much put away your little launcher now and just bring your usual stuff. There we go. And while we're at it, I can get the valve handle so I don't forget it later. Because that is definitely something we are gonna need. Bogan ammo. And there's that creep that attacked Sherry earlier. Alright, I guess we didn't have to deal with him. Very good. And that door over there, it's pointless to go in there because that's pretty much where Sherry came from, as you can probably figure out by now. I don't need to tell you that. And in this little bag we have some bullets. And now let me just put away our new toys that we found. Let's see if I can find the bogan ammo stack. There it is. And there's the grenade rounds one. There we go. Alright, we're ready to continue. Ooh, my controller is being fussy. Sorry about that. Now, something cool about this area is in the... Let me just show you. As you can probably see, Claire cannot use this elevator, but in the B scenario, you can actually go to the other characters' sort of path, you know, as in how they came to the sewers, and there are actually some items to pick up in both, so I would recommend exploring both once you play the B scenario. Now this is a part I like. You see, a lot of the people that played games in general really don't like this part, and I don't blame them. I personally don't mind this part at all because I'm not afraid of spiders. I'm not saying that I love them. In fact, I don't really like any bed bugs, but I just don't see why they're so horrible, you know, compared to other bugs. But yeah, spiders don't really faze me, just other big bugs, sort of. Or like grasshoppers. Oh. Nice try, spider. They're actually kind of cute. They have like big fuzzy bellies and legs. I don't know what people are complaining about. Oh.
Who are you? Oh, I see. Another spy sent by Umbrella, right? Let me guess. You're here to steal my husband's G-Virus, aren't you? You are tenacious, I'll give you that.
Husband? Then you must be Annette. Sherry's mother?
What?
Sherry's wandering around alone in the sewers. You have to help me find her.
That's impossible. I told her to go to the police station. What's she doing here? William will be after her.
William?
That's right. The creature that's been causing all this destruction is none other than my own husband.
This way.
It's sheer perfection. My precious G-Virus. No one will ever take you away from me.
There he is.
So you finally come.
Doctor, we're here to collect the G-Virus sample.
Sorry, but I won't just hand over my life's work.
Yeah, this scene is depicted in Operation Raccoon City, but this is how it actually happened.
That's it, all right. Okay, let's move out.
Much more realistic, right?
William! Oh my! Hold on, darling. I'm taking care of that bullet wound first. Stay here.
Only treat one wound? He has like 100 of them.
Alpha team, have you retrieved the sample yet?
Affirmative. We'll be at the rendezvous point in 1 minute.
Roger.
Are you telling me that he injected the G-Virus into his own body?
The G-Virus has the ability to revitalize cellular functions.
What was that? Something's wrong. Let's check it out. Over there! Shoot it! Eat this, you freak! I'm stopping it! What is this thing?
This is also something you get to experience in Operation Raccoon City, although
Hurry!
something pretty inaccurate about that is you don't actually get to fight him in a sewer.
What is this thing? Fire! Fire!
Nice dodging skills there.
Son of a...
So those rats were the carriers of the virus?
As a result of his virus-induced transmutation, William should have lost any prior memories he had as a human by now. I tried to save him, but I'm afraid it's already too late.
But...
And that's not even the entire story. Every G-Virus bioweapon, including William, has the ability to implant embryos into other life forms. That's why he's after Sherry.
what are you trying to say?
The bodies of individuals with non-related genetic coding are likely to reject the embryo. But since Sherry is his daughter, that possibility is non-existent. It's an inherent survival instinct.
It's Sherry! You go that way.
Alright, now let me clarify two things here that might be misleading about this cutscene. First of all, the virus spill that happened in the sewers when Punk's team fought William Birkin is not the only outbreak of the virus. As you probably remember if you played Resident Evil 1, first of all there was that incident, and obviously, you know, the virus that spread from the mansion itself, you know, just because the mansion blew up, it doesn't mean that the virus wasn't eradicated, because there were still people around the forest that were infected, remember? Second of all, James Marcus also sort of caused another minor outbreak, and you can find out more about that if you play Resident Evil 0. I'm not going to spoil too much about that, because that's one of the games that sadly few people have experienced. Oh, I forgot to pick up the green herb. And another thing, A lot of people actually think that since, you know, Annette says that William is after Sherry and that he's going to implant her with his embryos, they sort of think, you know, what, is he gonna rape her? That's not how it happens. He injects her the exact same way as he injected, alright, I can't do that yet. He injects her the same way as he injected Brian Irons and Ben, if you've played Leon's scenario, so there's nothing strange about that. It happens through the mouth. She's implanted orally.
Sherry!
I'm not saying that's not gross, but you know. Probably one of the easiest bosses in history. The first time I played this game, I actually killed him by wasting so much ammo. And yet there's a really, really simple way. I'm just gonna stand here so I can actually see what he's doing. Come on, Croc. Mr. Croc, just a little closer. Open wide and take it in your mouth. Oh, that came out wrong. And boom. Look at that. The top of his head just gone. And since I know this video is approaching an end, I just wanted to say I dedicate that alligator kill to my two friends from Biohaze, Agent Gundlach and Yuffie. See? I'm not gonna forget you guys.
Come on, wake up, Sherry.
Ooh, nasty.
My stomach. It hurts.
Don't worry, you'll be fine. Come on, let's go.